Hello, my lovely friends. I wanted to just do a quick video tonight. I hadn't really planned on it, but obviously the state of the world is in a little bit of chaos and a lot of us are feeling it. I actually have gotten to a place where I'm able to not be affected. I've gotten to a place where I know my role, and I've talked about this in previous videos, but in case you've missed it, I want to go ahead and just give you a little bit of an overview of my point of view of what's going on and how I have lined up with my purpose and my role in it, and what my thoughts are about what other people's roles might be in it. So what we're seeing is this intense polarity. It's been going on obviously all year. These hot button topics where, there's two sets of facts and everyone's at each other's throats about who's right and who's wrong. And I feel like I say this on every video, but there is no right or wrong. It's all right. It's all there for a reason. What we do is we project out onto others what needs to be healed within us. And so these two groups are just projecting on each other. And I used to get dragged right into it just as much as the next person. I have done a ton of research. I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's the new information? But I've come to a point where I realize, although I kind of a surface level know what's going on, it really doesn't pertain to me because we're in the process of creating a new world, getting into higher density energy. It's actually, like I've said before, scientifically being measured that the planet is vibrating at a higher rate, and that is for a reason. It's going to continue to raise, and as it raises, we need to continue to raise our vibrations in order to live here, in order to stay alive. In order to raise our vibrations, we need to let go of all of the pain and suffering and hurt that we're holding on to. What better way to do that on a global level when the energy is literally moving in a way that you can't hold on to it? So it's making you, forcing you to look at all of your wounds and look at all of your traumas. And if you're not looking, what happens, again, I've discussed before, I don't know who's seen all my videos, but if you're not looking at it actively and trying to figure out, what's hidden under the surface layers in terms of your emotions and your feelings and what you're creating in your reality, then the universe continues tap, hey, are you going to pay attention now? And shit's going wrong and you're not paying attention. And then it's slapping you across the face, hey, now are you going to pay attention? And it's we don't connect the things that are happening in our lives that they could be because of something going on inside of us. It's always out there. It's always, this is happening to me. This is happening over there. This is happening to them. They're doing that and they're doing that. And I can't believe whatever. So it's it's so counterintuitive to look inside. But if we don't and we continue down the same path, then the universe is hitting you over the head with a 2x4. So again, everything that's happening on this global scale is it's not right or wrong. It's there for a reason. It's there to trigger other people. It's there to catalyze change. It's there to make them heal so that we can all move forward. And the other thing is when we talk about our power of creation and our power to create what we want and manifest the world we want, this 3D drama that's going out, it's literally like a soap opera. It's designed along with TV and media and news and whatever else. It's all designed as a distraction, because if we are all collectively distracted by this soap opera that's going on, we can't be in our power creating something new. So if you want to look at it God and the devil, or good and evil, or dark and light, or whatever, because we are in a polarity-based world. If the darkness wants to win and does not want us to be free and loving and peaceful and abundant, how would they do that? Keep us from our power, because we're more powerful when we stand in our power and speak our truth than you could even imagine. It's beyond the scope of our human mind's ability to comprehend how powerful we are when we're standing in our power, and especially when we're all standing collectively in it. So as many people as they can get to look that way and not pay attention to the solutions, and the solutions being like, okay, what do we want to create and how can we create that, and not like, well, we need to fight this and dig in and beat this up and get these people on our side before we can get there. And so don't get me wrong though, because there is definitely a very important place for activists. And if you're an activist and that's what feels good in your heart, it, really recharges you and charges you up and whatnot, then that's probably your purpose here on this earth. But then there's those of us who it's not our purpose, and we know it's not because it makes us feel so bad when we get wrapped up in the fight. But we do it anyway. We go against what we know is true. And even though it feels bad, we assume that it feels bad because it's so bad, and we can help by putting more attention on what feels bad. And that's not true. By putting our attention on what feels bad and then feeling bad about it while we're doing it, all we're doing is keeping it in place, allowing it to last longer, allowing it to grow and multiply in, the issue to get out of hand. But it's very hard because it also plays into like the social pressure and the paradigms that we've grown up with and the things that we believe based on what we've been told. If you're not looking at the problem, then you're part of the problem. That is incorrect. Again, everyone has their role. And if you're, and I even like had an activist role for a little while. It's like I kind of had to grow through it because I was mad and I wanted to, see justice and I wanted to convince people. But every time I went there, it didn't feel good. And so I knew like, okay, even though like I had to work it out, like why am I keep getting pulled that way if it feels out of alignment with who I am, if it feels out of alignment with what I know to be true and how I know I can create my life and how I've proven it. And it was just old habits. And like I said, old paradigms and like beliefs about myself of like, oh my God, like they need me. I need to be in the battle. Like they need as many people as possible to be fighting the war so we can win. No, wars have never brought us solutions. They haven't, like not true solutions. We still even like even the war on drugs and the war on poverty and the war on like it never helps because the more people that are focused on the problem, the more you're growing the problem. And I know it doesn't feel right, but it 100% is. So again, like we need to know about the problem. We need to uncover the truths. We need to see what's happening in order to transcend that, in order to like unplug from the story, right? To transcend the story and be like, oh, okay, I see the truth, and then feel all the feelings it brings up because that's what it's there for. If you're feeling judgmental about people, look at that. If you're feeling, just depressed and hopeless and despairing and whatever you're feeling, honor it, feel it, look at it, see where it came from. When have you felt like that before? Like really work through it and intend to get past it because you can get past it and you need to. Again, like unless it's your mission and you still feel good there and that's your role, because we need people to catalyze the change, we do. But once you grow through that and it starts to not feel aligned, look away. Look away and focus on anything you can. I'm not saying stick your head in the sand and don't do anything, but focus on solutions. Focus on, if you don't know what to do, like you need to take action, then the action that you should be taking is sitting down and journaling the world that you want to see, and then meditating, taking care of yourself, take a bath, paint a picture, watch a show that's like actually feeds your soul, that doesn't make you feel awful, or God forbid, turn off the freaking news. But right now it's just, that stuff's going on and there's a lot I could say about it. Like everyone's hypocrites on both sides. And of course I have my own views and they don't need to come in because I see on both sides how people are just throwing the same insults back at each other. And it's like calling each other hypocrites. And it's like, literally, you're both doing the same thing. And I almost think it's comical now. And I know I don't mean to make light of the situation because again, when you get pulled in and you feel like that's real, that story, and it's like, oh my God, like what's happening? And it makes your heart want to bleed. And it's just not a good feeling. And things that don't feel good are your indication that you're pointing in the wrong direction, that you're going down the wrong path, that you need to recalibrate in some way. And so I just wanted to share this message in hopes that it can ease someone's heart and soul, and, you know, just have a little faith. Have a little faith. This stuff is playing out. It's going to. It doesn't matter who wins or loses. It doesn't matter, because, you know, whatever is happening, there is a divine design, you know. And I know that that's like, well, what about the people that got hurt today or whatever? Well, things happen in this world. Like, if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, it's not just random. It's not. There's divine timing and divine planning. And if that person hadn't been there, who are you to say he wouldn't have gone in an accident? Or, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that you really have to find it within you, your faith in the fact that there's a plan and a reason. And yes, we have free will, so, you know, you don't have to choose to go this route, but it feels a heck of a lot better. And in turning down this path, even though I was skeptical, even though I was like, just believing and having faith, like, come on, I've literally proven to myself over and over and over and over again in my own life that the more I follow the good energy, the more I follow the good feelings, the more that everything works out on a personal level, and then it ripples out. It works out on my family level, on my extended family level, onto my friends, now all of my contacts. And so why couldn't it keep going and affect the world? Of course it is. Of course it's going to affect the world. That's why this is happening. That's why 2020 has been such an upheaval, because so many of us are focused on healing. So many of us want this world to change. And so both sides are wrong, and both sides have done wrong and are doing wrong, and it's all going to come to light. But in the meantime, we just have to trust that that's playing out the way that it needs to. And any one of you who has the power and ability to go within and look away from that train wreck and that mess, and understand that taking care of yourself right now and taking care of your emotions has a ripple effect, not just on our world and in your family and, you know, your neighborhood, like, but in the universe. It has a ripple effect of energy. Simply taking a nap and looking away from it, taking a tub, reading a book, disconnecting in some way, and taking care of yourself means that you're taking care of an exponential number of other people, paving the way to allow them to do it, not plugging into that energy of fear and discontent. Every single person who can unplug from it and find something better feeling right now, it's going to play out so much easier and gentler, and we'll be through it. And no matter what outcome ultimately happens, we're still going to be okay. The world is still changing. It's already done. I'm telling you, we don't have to worry about the how it happens. This is all going to play out, and we're going to have the world that we all want, the peace, the abundance, the, you know, equality, especially. We all want that, and it is coming. So love you all, and I hope that you can find some peace tonight and tomorrow and however long this ends up going on. But yeah, I really do love you, and reach out if you are having trouble or want to chat. I'm happy to engage with anyone. So thanks.